Hey guys, welcome again to this new section. In this section, we are going to be creating our post type for our contact us plugin. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is to create a folder and make sure our initial loader file is also included. So I'm going to head down to my VS Code, then create a new folder under plugins folder. So this will be called BigDroid Contact. So BigDroid Contact is going to have BigDroid -contact.php. Then within this place, we are going to initialize our PHP and we type start plugin, just as I showed you guys how to install the the snippet. The plugin name will be BigDroid Contact. Then the plugin link, we do not have link yet, but we can use this. And the plugin author is Adeleye Ayodeji. Good. Then the author link is adeleyeayodeji.com. So yeah, we can also use bigdroid.com. That is my personal or blogging website. Okay, so a simple contact form plugin. Yeah, so we are going to make it extremely simple, so we don't overwhelm ourselves while developing. Then within this place, we're going to check for security. It's very, very important to check for security. So we are going to have if not defined, defined WP include, WP inc. Then we're going to throw some error, that is die. And the die is gonna say can't access file directly. Yeah, so if WP inc is not defined, that is the WP include, which is inside the WP admin definition. If it's not there, it's going to say okay, can't access file directly. You can change the message, depends on you. It's totally fine. So after this is defined, then the next thing is to define our constant. Define constant. Yeah, so let me see if Copilot is going to do that. So okay, I think that works. So the first constant that is being defined is the BigDroid contact plugin directory. So this pick our default directory. I already explained this. I explained it already on the BigDroid gallery plugin. we did the same thing here. So let's just try to recreate order, which is the plugin URL for what is it called, for assets or images or JavaScript or CSS. That's fine. And the next one is the version. So we're going to be using time. So time will not allow our file to be cached, but once we are ready to deploy, you can change this to your version that you have here. Okay, so I think that's good. Let's also define assets URL. So it's gonna pick the plugin URL along with assets, that is the plugin URL, as you can see, plugin URL, then slash assets, then slash whatever we have. But at the moment we do not have the assets ready. So now once that is done, we need to create our included file, included folder rather. So I'm going to create a new folder here. I don't know if you can see my screen. Let me zoom a bit so that you can see it clearly. Yeah. So within this folder, we're going to create a new folder, and the folder will be includes. Then the includes, we're going to have BigDroid contact. We can just make it class, yeah, .php. So we have BigDroid contact class.php. Then within this place, we declare our PHP, and don't forget you need to check for security. That security is very, very important. Then within this place, you're going to have if not defined, WP inc can't access fireworks directly. Cool. So once that is done, then the next thing we need to do, I'm going to declare some simple basic file data here, and we'll call it BigDroid what is it called, contact. Yeah, contact. Contact form is not bad. Then here I'm going to pass in just pass in author, and the author is Adeleye Ayodeji. and the author link is adeleayodg.com. So let me add HTTPS. Yeah, adeleayodg.com. So you can also do the same thing. Then you need to add your what is it called, version. So since version 1.0.0. then the next one is what is it called, what should we add next? Yeah, I think that's basically okay. So once that is done, then the next thing we need to do is declare a class. So we're going to pass class big contact. So I can use the short code, which is fine, but it's not really important. So let's pass it here. Big contact form. Cool. Then we are not really extending anything. Then drop it down here. Then within this place, we are gonna have a construct, which is really important. So this is my construct here. I'm gonna click on that. Oh, this initiate constant, not really constant that we're gonna work with. So to declare our construct, let's use let me see again, construct. Okay, constructor. Cool, that's fine. So I was trying to show you guys how this short code work. So I type in construct first. It shows constant, which is constant, public or private, protected. So depend on the plugin you are using, but the PHP plugin I'm using, you have to type it completely. That is construct. Then it's going to load the constructor. Though we are working with private, we are working with public or true. Don't bother changing it to private. So this will automatically initiate the default public constructor. So for the construct, we are not really passing any arguments. So you can take out this. Okay, so then here we're gonna init the plugin. Save. So to init the plugin, we are going to run our command, all those things here. But before we do that, let's dump this data and show Bigidroid contact form loaded. Yeah, let's just load it. So then click on save. Then once that is saved, then the next thing we need to do is to copy this. Yeah, then go back to the front page, and within this place we are gonna we're gonna check. So check if Bigidroid class form is exist. Yeah, let's use for exist. Then within this we're gonna have if not exist, class exist. Then the class name is what Bigidroid.contact form. So if it does not exist, then we are going to include the file once. Don't forget include once. So there's include once, there's require once. So let's use include once, which is I mean, if it's not there, it's still gonna proceed, but it's gonna show error. But require won't do anything to just break the entire operation. Okay, so include one is more important to use. So include ones and the Bigidroid constant we declared for the plugin directory path. So once that is done, then we point our folder, include folder. Then here we have Bigidroid contact class.php. So by the way, I'm using GitHub Copilot's premium version. So in case you are interested, you can also do the same thing. It makes the coding life easier. Nevertheless, let's continue. So once this is introduced, then the next thing is to instantiate the class. So let's create an instance of it. So create an instance. So normally you can use singleton method, but I just love to make things very easier. So what I will just do is just new Bigidroid.contact form. So copy this, copy and paste it here. I mean, we are done. That's it. So this will instantiate the class and it will automatically run this guy. So click on save and let's try to enable our plugin and let's see if that works. So I'm going to head down to plugins, go to install plugins, then search for Bigidroid contact form. So my plugin page is currently loading. I don't know what takes time. So here I have Bigidroid contact. Let me zoom my screen so that you can see that. Bigidroid contact. I'm going to click on activate and it's currently trying to activate. Okay, so it's activated Do it say the plugin generated 44 character of unexpected output during activation? Oh yeah, that's correct. So we try to load. So in case you found this kind of error in your WordPress, so we try to load a string before header was sent, so that it's header redirect or header data being sent. But don't worry, by the time we take this out, it's not going to do anything. So if I take it out now, save and reload, the error is gone. So we are fine. So when that is done, then the next thing we need to do, that's very important, is to create our post type. So don't forget, we already have similar data in our Bigidroid gallery for WP. So just head down to Bigidroid gallery for WP, go to our include folder, then scroll down to register post type, just copy, yeah, Ctrl C, go back to this place, then paste it here, and yeah, you can take out this, it's not really important. Then register post type, we need to go back to this place, then right click, enter it, then scroll down to this place, copy everything you have here, Ctrl C, go back to this place. Oh, we can also copy the method, I forgot to copy that, so let's go back and recopy it from here to here, Ctrl C, go back here and paste. Then once you are done with that, change this to Bigidroid contact, then change all this gallery to contact. So you can use Ctrl F, then change this to contact, replace everything. So this will make our work easier. You don't need to go and you don't need to start writing one by one. Click on save and reload. We should have that. Can you see Bigidroid contact? So the icon, our icon is not really cool. Let's see if we can change the icon. We need a cool icon, so reload. Yeah, mail icon is not bad. So menu icon, dash icon, email, alternate. So in case you are looking at where to get these icons, let's Google search it. WordPress dashboard icons. Let's see. So it should be here. So in case you are looking for icons to use, let's go to the main source of the icon. As you can see, this is the icon page. We have so many. So let's search for email icon. So this is the email icon we just used, dash email alternate. So this is the alternate that we selected. Let's check it out. As you can see, it was the one we selected. So let's say you want to pick an icon. What do you need to do? So to do that, we're just going to click on this email. When you click on it, you have a dash icon email. So dash icon email without alternate is going to load this. Let's see. Paste, click on save, reload. As you can see, we have this. But with the alternate, we have a slight change, which is really cool. So this is where you can get the dash icon classes, so in case you need those class data. Yeah, so let's head back to what we are doing. Okay, so we've automatically created our post type Bigidroid contact, which is fine and awesome. So we reload, we have this. When I click on it, we have our page, which is fantastic. So going further, if I click on add new contacts, we are going to be given this page because we only enable what support for title and nothing more. So we are going to now try to we want to try to replicate what we have in contact form 7, but we are not replicating everything. That will be a copyright, which is not really good. So let's check their own again. So if I click on this guy, we have copied this short code and paste it into your post page or text widgets. Okay, so that's fantastic. So anytime this page loads up, it will automatically generate this, which is okay. So let's try to do this also. So we are going to try to add a text data right after our what is it called, our input title form, that is an hook right after the title. So let's try to check that out. What is it called? So hook, post title editor, hook, yeah, let's see, WordPress. So in case you need to get more updates on that, just Google search and that will load up. So we have this do action, edit form after title, and here we have the post. So we just need to add action and accept the post data. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. So let's copy this and we'll run it right after here. So the purpose of doing that is to have a text right after our title tag, that is our title input form feed. So let's write it right here. Add action, this. So we have this, then copy this, then right after here we're gonna declare that. Yeah. So don't forget we accepted the post just as WordPress declared. Then within this place we are going to load up the data. So we check if the post type that we are editing is actually matching BigDroid contacts. So if it's matched BigDroid contact, automatically we know we need to show up the form data. So the form data, so Copilot assume already have all those data, but we don't want to use this yet. So let me just try to echo. We are here, then click on save. That if this post type is matching our register post type. So click on save and let's head back in a new tab into our contact area. So we click on add new contacts. As you can see, fantastic, we are here. So their content is copy this short code and paste it into your post page or widget. So let's also do the same thing, but we are not just gonna load it this way. So to load those data, I love to separate things. So we create templates, then inside the templates we create we can create something similar to this. Edit form after title, yeah, .php. Then within this place we are also going to check for security, which is very important. Don't toy with security. So once security check is done, then the next is to create a p tag, which is a div. Yeah, a div is being used there. So div.bigdroid contacts contact form. Let's call it description. Yeah, description is not bad. Description. Okay, so BigDroid contact description. So the first one that we are looking at there is a p tag. So p tag and another p tag. So let's have the p tag. Then the p tag is gonna have this guy. Oh, so sorry. I tried to copy the content. Imagine, this thing is just so frustrating. I can't even highlight. Started popping up this stuff. Imagine, I need to disable that stuff. Man. Okay, let me try it again. Highlight. Cool. Yeah, got it this time. Awesome. So paste it here, copy this short code and paste it into your post page or text widget. Then the next one is another p tag. Then the new p tag has this this background thing and stuff. So within this place we're gonna have class BigDroid contacts. So contacts, what should we call this? Highlights. Let's call this highlights. Yeah, good. So click on save. Then once that is saved, don't forget we're still gonna change this. This is just a placeholder. We're just trying to get something like this. So click on save. Then this class, we need to define it right after we launch this. So I'm going to we are going to temporarily add a class here. but let's first of all go back to this place, go back to our include, then pull the data here. So to pull the data, the first thing you need to do is to listen to the buffer. So open starts, we need to accept it as a buffer so that we have a clean content. So then we include a file, then the file is located at templates, edit from after type 2, correct. Then we get the content and how to put the content. Cool. So this is the best way to load your content. Don't forget, don't just echo with include. So now this should work, and once it works, then we're gonna start adding the styles and see how that works. So go back to our page, reload, let's see what we have. Amazing, we have this awesome page. So I'm going to try to just do some styling from here. So let's check this out. Okay, so the first div, let me zoom my second area, or let me just drag it to the bottom so that you can see that clearly. Take it up a bit, so we select the first P. Where's the first P? This is the first P. So the first P has the margin bottom. So let's first take out the margin 0. Okay, so margin 0, and the color is light gray. Oh, light gray is not good. Let's just give it a gray. Yeah, let's see it again. Okay, I think something similar but more clearer. So let's just do it manually. Okay, this is cool. Enter. Then once that is done, we copy this. So within this place, we drop it here. So don't forget, we are still going to separate the styles, but for debugging purpose, let's just do this manually. So we have this. Then for the main data, we're gonna add margin top, let's say 10 pixel. Take it down a bit. Yeah, this is good. 4 pixels. Okay, so copy this. Then okay, let's just create this once and for all. So later we move it to styles area. So this guy has margin top 4 pixel. Then we copy this and target the P inside it. Okay, so not just the P, mostly the first P. So P first child, yeah, first child thing. Then the first child is going to take up, what is it again? It's going to take up this, copy, yeah, so we have this. Then the next one is this highlight. So for the highlight, what do we have? Background, yeah. So reload, what do we have? Okay, we are getting there. So for the highlight, let's change the background to blue. Yeah, okay. This color is not okay. Let's check the blue. Oh, kind of primary blue thing. Okay, so let's just copy the blue. Inspect. Okay, let's highlight it. This guy, where are you? Blue, 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 blue. Okay, so in case you're not seeing that, just highlight this color. Let's pick it, then copy everything, copy, go back to this place, copy, paste. Okay, so now we have the color, which is cool. Then drop this guy and go back to this place, reload, and we have this. Then the text color is white. Yeah, so let's change the text color to white, save, and go back, reload. We have this. Cool. Okay, so yeah, that's fine. Though they change your fonts, so you can use font family. I think they use sans free. Okay, I think this font is not bad. Or Monarch. Yeah, Monarch space. Then font size 20 pixel. Take it down a bit. Yeah, I think we are getting there. Okay, so let's just add margin top bits. So 10 pixel, 5 is cool. So highlight everything, Ctrl C, and overwrite everything, Ctrl V. Then cool, we have our what's it called, our demo. So let's check it again. Oh, theirs is not as big as this. Let's change this to 10. Reload. Okay, 10. And that's too small. On 12. Sorry. Reload. Okay, cool. 12 is not bad. Yeah, 12 is not bad. And the margin top should be 3. So we are not exactly cloning there. Don't forget, we are just trying to just build something similar. Okay, cool. So we are getting there. Nice one. Now the next one we're going to work with is separating our styles. No, we can't keep it this way. This is not professional. Though you can actually leave it, which is fine, but going forward, this is not a good idea. So let's take out this, take it out, save, and let's create our folder assets. Then within our assets, CSS. Then within our CSS, we have Bigidroid CSS. Oh, imagine Bigidroid. Let's just call it Bigidroid style.css. Yeah. Then within Bigidroid style.css, we are going to copy what we've added here. Highlight everything, cut it, and remove the style. Then drop it here. Click on save. Go back to this place. Okay, once you save it, go back to the include folder. Then we need to add admin script. Add admin script. Okay, so this will be in the admin. Then don't forget, this is the admin enqueue script for the add action. So this is going to fire and add it to admin pages. Okay, so within this place, we're going to initialize that add admin script. Then for the admin script, we are going to check if the page is post.new. So if it is post.new, and as you can see, this is post.new.php, or it is post.php. So we're also going to check the global post, that is the existing post we have. And we're also going to check if the post type is matching Bigidroid contact, which is very important. Then once everything match, we're going to enqueue the script Bigidroid contact admin. So in our case, we have the CSS. So we don't have the script yet. We are not adding script yet. So enqueue style. So the style is going to be Bigidroid contact style. So admin -style. Yeah. So click on save. So here we have Bigidroid contact asset URL. Then /CSS /Bigidroid style cool. Now let me break this down so you can so you understand what we just did. Okay, so the first one is the undo, the second one is the URL, and the third one is the dependency, which we do not have currently depend on anything. Then the next one is, let me show you, undo, source, dependency, and version. Yeah, so this is the version, and this version we want to make it time so that it's not being cached by our browser while we are developing. Okay, so this is now saved, which should work. So if I save this now and I redirect and I reload this page, as you can see, we still have everything in place. So if I change this to, let's say 00, save, reload, as you can see, it still works perfectly. So this is how you can tap into what's it called, our input title feed. So in the next section, we are going to be learning more on how to pass in our what is it called, our tabs. Yeah, our tabs. So that will be the next thing we're going to do in the next section. So guys, thank you so much for taking your time to watch this current section. See you guys in the next one. Bye. Hey guys, welcome again to this new section. So in this section, we are going to be creating our short code. So how does this short code work? Because if you look at contact from 7, the ID is denoted as 9BB, C1B, and the main post ID is 348. So this IBB thing is being saved into post meta. Then post meta is retrieved and automatically fetch the ID of the post. Then to get the content, or all this data is saved into post meta as this ID. But nevertheless, we're also going to do the same thing. Let's try to also generate our own unique ID that is not going to be related to the ID of the post, that is passing our own title. Okay, so to do that, the first thing we're going to be doing is, because if you are creating a new contact form, this ID wouldn't be there. Let's try it. As you can see, it is not there yet. That's because it hasn't been generated. So what we're going to do now is to pass an if condition. Then we check if the ID is generated already. Okay, so let's go back to the edit that we are doing, which is here. Then here, since it's a new contact form we are creating, we are not going to show this. So to do that, we are going to go back to our code, then enter the include area. So over here, we added a script, which is fine. So this right after title, before we can show it, above here, we are going to try to run a script to actually check that for us. So you can either do it from here or possibly run another code, but running from here is not bad. So what we need to do is to check if post what's it called, if post as post meta, if post as post meta of contact ID. Yeah, so contact ID. So we're going to check contact ID from get post meta. So get post meta is what you're going to use to get your post meta. So the post ID is the post ID of the current post. So contact ID is this ID that we're trying to generate. So if this ID is there, that means automatically we have the data. So it is not this ID that we're going to use to pull the data, but using this ID to pull the data, is that really straightforward? Because there's no way we're gonna do that using this. Yeah, it's not possible. So this will be possible if we have our own personal table. So we have a table that represents our own hash ID and at the same time the hash for the WordPress post data. That's another level of complexity. So to make this very easy, let's just have our own ID, because running that other version, it will take a longer video. But if you don't mind, we can actually do that. Should we? Okay, let's just go ahead and do it. So to do that is very simple. So the first thing is to actually register our table, because at the moment we do not have table, because we need to save this generated ID for the table and at the same time save this post ID. So whenever we request to load this short code, we go to the table, then pick the original ID and load up the contact form. And that's the way it will work. Yeah, because this is the ID that is being used to pull the data. Okay, so to do that, let's create a table. So within this place, we're going to have init. Let's run it after init. So enter init. Then on init, we are going to have the init method. Okay, so yeah, I think that's working. Init method. Then within our init method, let's try to run a try and catch. No, we never can tell. Something might went wrong, and if anything happened, we don't want to shut down the site. So instead, we're going to log it to the error. So error log. Let's log the error to error log, and here we pass in BigDroid contacts or contact error. Yeah, BigDroid contact error. Cool. So we concatenate, save, and we don't shut down things, so that we don't shut down the entire site. So within this init, we pull the global WP DB. Then here our table will be called table, and don't forget we need to pass the prefix. Prefix is important. So this prefix is, let me just load the database so that you can see what I'm talking about. So this is a bonus for you. So let's say let's check our current database. Config. Okay, WordPress is our database. So we go to our database WordPress. As you can see, this is our WordPress database. So this is the prefix WP_action. So that WP_ is the prefix. That's this guy here. Okay, so prefix BigDroid contacts. So contacts, let's make it plural, contacts. So this contact's main job is to save the generated ID and also the post ID. Yeah, that's it, nothing more. Then within this place, we check if our table exists. So check if table exists. Then it's going to run some code down here. Cool, that's awesome. So this is going to run the WordPress DB connection, then get variable. So the variable that is going to check that's going to get is just getting a single variable data, that is checking if the table really exists. So show table like the table that we are passing, which is this table. So if the show table like data that is being returned is not equals to this table, that is this table that we have, then automatically we are going to create the table. Okay, so for the table query that we're going to be creating, so Copilot suggests we're going to do this, but we are not doing that. So I'm going to take out this guy, or just change this to post ID. Then here will be int, and int will be 11. 11 is fine. Then generated ID will be alphanumeric generated ID. So varchar is fine, and this we don't need this. So created ads is not bad, let's leave it. And the primary key is this guy, so we can edit and delete. So this will run the root directory wp admin include upgrade to run the database creation. So this will only run if the table does not exist. So let that be in the back of your mind. So click on save, and let's search for this table in our database and see if it exists yet. So as you can see, oh, exists. Okay, let's drop it and try it again. I don't want it to be there. So it looks like WordPress run a kind of cron, so which is not supposed to be. Okay, so whenever the page loads up, I mean, it automatically creates a table. So it's trying to create a table, I guess. So let's just search the table. Okay, let's reload, then search the table. As you can see, we have the table now. So once the table is not there and you reload your WordPress, it automatically creates it. So we have the post ID and the generated ID. Okay, so once that is done, the next thing we need to do is also take out this guy. So we are going to head down to our edit form section. Then within this place, we are going to have, so let's just create a new method that check if, so post is already, that check if we have an ID. So check for generated ID, so that will really help us. So checking for generated ID, we're going to accept the param param of the post ID. Post ID, yeah. So the post ID can be anything. So in case you're trying to look at passing the type of data, now that's mix, and the return we were boolean. Yeah, let's make a boolean, just true or false. So here we check if we have it. So let me explain the code. This is our global. So this global is very important. Like if you are inside a method scope, you need to call global WPDB is important. So you declare a table, and we check if this is a prepare statement for PDO or MySQL, or new MySQL is very important. So we check if this table has this post ID, which is digit, that is D. So if it has it, then we run this query. Then don't forget that this prepare statement is also passing this post ID as also digit from here. So that's this D. So we run it and it automatically checks. So since it's digit that we are having, so you can make this integer or int rather. So it's gonna check, select all from table where post ID is equals to this ID that we are sending, since we are using prepare statement. So if there's any result from what is coming and the result is not empty, return true. That means we have something. Else return false, we have nothing. So this generated ID, we move it down to this place and we check generated ID. So if this does not return anything, we do nothing, return false, that is void. But if we have something, it's going to skip and load up this guy. So click on save, and if you refresh this page, we have nothing. So just for you to confirm, via echo nothing, you're gonna see we have what? Nothing. So that's working. So click on save and nothing will show up. Okay, so going forward, we are going to now tap, that is anytime the user enter the post title and click on publish, we need to get the save post hook, that is the save post action. So to do that, what we need to do is scroll to this page. Then here we tap into the save post action. So save post. Then within this place, we declare what? We declare our method. Here is the post ID. Here is the post. If it is update, it's going to return true or false. You might need that in the future. It's not really necessary. So Copilot generated this code for us. So save post accept post ID. Don't forget it's 3 arguments over here, and the priority is 10. So save post accept post ID, the post itself, and also the updates. So here we check for generated ID. That is if we already have a generated ID, we do not run this generated data. So this save post we are going to use for 2 things. First, for generating ID. So let's just call this save post generating ID. Save post generated ID. Then later we're gonna use it for the content. So save post generated ID for this purpose only. So we check if ID is generated, then we return. So don't forget, we also check for the post type, big contact. So if we have nothing generated, we generate this data. So MD5 post ID time. So don't forget what we have here is 1, 2, 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we have 7 string. So we need to change this to 7 string. To change it to 7 string, we can have substring. Then the substring is going to accept the string, and the offset is going to be from 0 to 7. Then this should substring it to 7 string. Yeah. So now we have that. Click on save, and this is the generated ID, which is cool. and we insert it into our database. So we run this global WPDB, our table once again, then we use insert. Then a insert is going to accept the table. So this is safer to insert your data, the post ID and also the generated ID. So clicking on save, this will automatically generate the ID for us after you click on save post. So as you can see, this is a very simple method that we need. So this will generate the ID for us just only once. So if you do update, it won't generate again. So let's go to our table and reload. As you can see, nothing is here. Now we also have created art. Don't forget the created art will be updated on timestamp automatically on current timestamp. So we don't need to do that. So click on save and reload. Nothing happens here. So over here now we are going to try to, oh, something happened. Okay, so it looks like the draft created the ID. So let's see. Okay, so the draft created the ID. It's totally fine. WordPress usually run a background data to save as draft, though the post is still not published yet. So status is not in draft. So it's actually funny actually. But nevertheless, let's click on publish and let's see. Now it is now published. We have no title yet, but let's type in Big Droid contact 1, enter. So that will be saved, and if you check, our data is still static. We is now updating. So that is the purpose of this save post that we have here. Okay, so let's load our save ID. So to load our save ID, we navigate down to our save post area. That is this particular page. You know, we are checking if the ID has been created, but we are not returning it. So let's use the same data to return the ID. So select all from table where post ID equals to this. So the get results should return the results, though we are returning boolean. Boolean, but let's change to mix, and you can also return boolean or bool. So it depends on what you input. So for me, I'm going to return results so I can get the first data. So if it exists, tap into the first index because this is going to come in as an array. So you can either use this or use array shift or use first key, but it's just safe to use this. But array shift is also not bad. So click on save and it will still also work the same way. As you can see, still works fine. Then let's now get this data right here. So if this does not return true, we return if this does not have data, we return nothing. That's return void, do nothing. So let's comment do nothing, save. Then this method, let's wrap it, Ctrl C, or just cut it. Then here we have check for ID. Then we have this. Then this variable, we pass it down here. So if nothing happened, do nothing, but else this ID is very important. We need to use it inside our templates. So as we declare it here, it is now available for us to use. So go to our template, then update this ID to, though we do not have the shortcode yet, but we just need to just prepare for the future. So echo escape HTML, then pass in the ID and target the generated ID. Copied, pass it in and click on save. Then this contact from 7 that we have here, we don't want to use contact from 7, so let's generate our own shortcode. But before we do that, let's just confirm this is working so that we don't mix things up. So click on save and let's reload just to confirm. So as you can see, valid. So this title, let's pass it down here. So for the title, we are going to have echo escape HTML, then get post title, get post feed, post title, then the ID of the post that we are trying to get, then post ID, save. Let's see if that works. Okay, so let's reload again. As you can see, this is working. We have our title and we have the ID. So the next thing we're going to do is creating a shortcode. So in the next section, we're going to learn how to create a shortcode, then attach it to this area. Okay guys, thank you so much for taking your time to watch this current section. See you in the next one. Bye. Hey guys, thank you for checking that out. So for the completion of the Contact Us plugin course, you can find it on bigidro.com. Yes, you can find it on bigidro.com. As you can see, we have it here. So you can go ahead and get yours, then complete the development. Thank you so much. See you in the course. Bye.